Zero, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. If you follow that pattern, it'll be easier and easier to count by twos. You just have to remember 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. So let's try to attempt to count by twos today. Let's just go to 20, okay? We'll just go to 20 today. All right, so let's start with 2. Okay, one at a time we'll go. So 2,
2, 4.
4. What's next, Caitlin? 2, 4. You finished? Here. What's after 2? So 2, 4. Yeah. 6. Kinley? 8. Dennis? 2, 4, 6, 8. What's next?
10.
Good. 10. So look at the pattern. So we start the pattern over. 10. 12. Caitlin?
13.
No, look. 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. So 12.
13. 14.
No. 14. That's my. Kinley?
16.
16. Dennis, what's next? After 16, remember 2, 4, 6, 8.
18.
18. And then the next 10. 20. Yes. Okay. So as long as we keep that pattern in mind, we should be able to count by 2. So let's count it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18,
20.
Good. So counting by twos, you keep the pattern 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6. Well, I say 10, but it's 0, but it will be the next 10. So after 20, it'll be 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32. See, you just keep the pattern, okay? As long as you remember to keep the 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 pattern, it'll be easier and easier. So we'll continue to keep practicing counting by twos, okay? All right, so we also not only learn how to count by twos, but we also learn how to count by tens. So let's go ahead and count by tens to 100. Ready? And 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90,
100.
Okay, awesome. Counting by tens. All right. So today's lesson, we are going to finally get to the clock telling time, right? So who knows how to tell time already?
Me.
I can tell time, Miss Fulgence. I got this.
We did that in Miss Omar class.
So, and today is Wednesday, October 27th, 2021. I forgot to say the date, but yes, it's Wednesday, October 27th. So we are almost finished with the week, and this is the last week of October. When we come back next week, we'll be in November.
And then
So time is moving by super fast, right? Okay, so we are learning the clock today, okay? So we use the clock to tell time. Whenever we want to know what time it is, we would not look at say a book, or we would not look at the TV, right? Well, no, you would look at a clock to tell the time. And that's what clocks do. They tell the time. They tell us what time it is, okay? So we have two types of clocks. The clock that we are used to is usually the digital clock, like on a phone or an iPad or a computer, right? Those are digital clocks. They're easy to just look at. They usually tell you the time, right? Like right now it's 9:19. I'm looking on the computer here. But on this type of clock here with the face, this clock, we have to know how to read this type of clock in order to tell the time. If we don't know how to read this type of clock, we won't be able to tell the time. And sometimes this is the only clock that you'll have. So we have to learn how to tell time this way. We do live in a time where it's super easy to read. You know, there's so many devices now where it just tells us the time, but we still have to know how to read a clock, okay? So when it comes to time, time is broken up into two parts, okay? So we did kind of talk about it when we did morning, afternoon. Remember when we did that evening and night? So that's 4 parts of the day. But really and truly, the day is broken into 2 parts. You have what's called the AM. Have y'all heard of that before? The AM part of the day. And then we have what's called the PM part of the day. The AM part of the day is the morning. Like right now, we are in AM. The PM part of the day is the afternoon, the evening. That's the second half of the day. So every time we wake up and we start school, we're in the morning. Usually once like we our lunchtime, that's usually when you're going into the afternoon, usually. Okay. Not only is the day broken into AM and PM, morning and afternoon, but the day is also split by 12. Okay. If you notice on a clock, it only goes to the number 12. That's because a clock will do 2 sets of 12. Okay. So you have the AM part, which starts at 12 a.m. Then it goes into 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., where we are now. Then 10 a.m., 11 a.m., then it's going to hit the 12 again. And then that means it's going into the PM part of the day. And then you'll see 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., and it keeps on going. Then it hits the 12 again. Then it goes back into AM. This is what the clock does. The time is set by 12. You usually don't find like a 13 or 14 o'clock. Now that's military time, but that's something totally different. We're not learning that. Okay. So yes, that's probably the thing to do. Okay, so our clock is split into 2 12s. Okay, we have the AM and the PM. Now, this is the face of our clock. This is what it looks like. Now, on our clock, we have what's called hands on our clock. Okay, so we have the hands on our clock. We have 2 hands. Really, there's 3, but we'll focus on just 2. We have a long hand, which is our minute hand.
And the side hand is our hour.
Yep.
Yeah.
The long hand is our minute hand. I usually say it like, if you forget the hands, remember long hand is minute. Minute is a long word. It's a longer word. Okay, so long word, long hand. Okay, minute. Then we have the short hand, which is the hour hand. So those 2 hands tell us what time it is. The minute hand will be on the minutes. The hour hand will be on the hour. We put them together and guess what? We tell the time. Okay. So today we are focusing on telling time to the hour, which is pretty easy. Telling time to the hour. And I think that's something you're familiar with already. Let's see.
The clock at my
Turn. Okay. So we have the minute hand and the hour hand. Okay. So today we're learning how to tell time to the hour. Now, whenever we tell time, there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. Okay? So 60 whole minutes equals 1 full hour.
Wow.
That's because the clock goes in 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Every time it hits that 12, it's a brand new hour. It's a new hour. Every single time the minute hand hits the 12, it's on a whole new hour. What hour it is determined by where the shorthand is. So every time we say a new hour, we say o'clock. Okay? We don't say 60, we'll say o'clock. Every time we see the long hand on the 12, that's always o'clock. It's a brand new hour. How we write that down is 0, 0. Because it's a brand new hour, there's no time into the hour yet, so we're starting back at 0. Now again, what hour it is determined by where your shorthand is, okay? Wherever your shorthand is will tell you the exact hour. So when writing down the time, your minutes are always in the back, and then your hour is always in the front, okay? Your hour is always in the front, your minutes are in the back. Do we understand that?
Ma'am.
Yeah? Okay, so let me go ahead and practice the time here. So I'm gonna put my long hand on the 12 because that's what we're practicing, a brand new hour. And look where I'm putting the short hand. Okay, so the minute hand is on 12 o'clock, new hour, and the hour hand is pointing to the 3, right? This is telling us what hour we are about to enter into. So could anyone tell me, what time would this be? Kinley? 3 o'clock. Who knew that already?
Me.
3 o'clock. They're like, yeah, I knew that. 3 o'clock. Okay. Here's another one. So remember, when writing time, it's always hour first, minutes are in the back. Okay, here. Look at this time. Okay, 12 is on the o'clock. So that's a brand new hour. Then we have where the hour hand is pointing. Okay. Okay, Avaya, what time is it?
It's 8 o'clock, and Miss Flugence,
Uh-huh.
my birthday is in one day.
Yes, on Friday. Yep. Yes, it is 8 o'clock. Okay, 8 o'clock. Yeah, it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
7.
Second.
Who's gonna be on?
All right, let's look at this one.
Oh, that's easy.
Okay, what time is this? Dennis, what time?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Well, long hand on 12, that's o'clock. Pointing to the 10 hour, it's 10 o'clock. Good.
We know the clock because we did. Yeah, it's one more class. Yeah. But they have no pictures of this car being class.
Okay, and one more.
That's easy. Yeah,
Okay, Taylor, what time?
10.
Not pointing to the 10.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. Awesome. Yes, good. 5 o'clock. So this is telling time to the hour. So anytime your long hand is on the 12, that's a brand new hour. We say o'clock. We just have to find where the short hand is pointing, which is to our hour. So we will practice and practice telling time to the hour. I just wanted to introduce it today. You'll eventually start to see it in your book. They will ask you what time is it. Pay attention to the hands. That long hand is your minute hand. If it's on 12, it's o'clock, 00. And you find the hour. Hour always goes first, then you tell the minutes, okay? So this is time to the hour. Kind of sort of a review, but yeah. All right, good. All right, so let's keep going. Let's move on to writing. You can get out a piece of paper if you have one ready. Yes, everybody will.
I only got one more to go. Miss Williams. It is. Yeah, that's yours, girl. Yeah, it says CLEYN. No, it says C. That's your name, though.
All right, so here we go. So remember, this week we have been practicing how to write the name of a city and a state inside of a sentence. So that's what we will practice today. We'll do you 2, and then you'll do your own on number 3. So here we go, number 1 and 2. So number 1 says, my family went to Chicago, Illinois. So city, state. Make sure you write that correct. Again, my family went to Chicago, Illinois. You can go ahead and write number 1 correctly. Right? Okay. Oh, that's it.
Miss Flugins, one day could you write the word on your 1 and 2 in cursive? I used to read my science and social studies. Miss Flugins.
They should have a paper in your folder like this. Yes.
Can you want to next week? Can you write the first and second and third and fourth in cursive next week?
I'll see.
I mean now and then.
Mhm.
I mean the now and then.
And then, yeah, let me see. Yeah, now and but the other, well, that might be the only one. Okay.
That's the only now and then.
Yeah. Okay.
So could I read my science and social studies first?
Yes, please. And but that might have to be the way that.
To Chicago. Chicago. Chicago.
Okay, let's go over number 1. All right, go ahead, Kinley. That's okay. I'm gonna just walk through it.
Have to capitalize the M
First,
and I
good. First letter M.
and C
C in Chicago.
and I
Good.
and a comma.
Good. Make sure to put that comma.
I do.
And then finish with the what?
Period.
Awesome. Dennis, were you able to finish number 1? No? Okay. Number 2, Katie moved to California. This is a state. So, Katie moved to California. Go ahead and write this sentence correctly. This is a short one.
Miss Lugin.
Uh-huh.
That was number 1.
Okay, you can still work on it.
Is this a capital I? I. Chicago LL. Illinois. The first one. And now the second one yet. They moved on.
Are we still working, Dennis and Avaya? Yeah. Still trying to complete them? Yes? Okay.
I'm trying to complete number 2.
Okay.
Wait, out my eye. What's that? I can't see what's it. Okay, it's
Yes, Dennis? Were you asking a question or no? Okay.
Can I correct this sentence?
Number 2? Yeah, that's fine. I'll give about another 45 seconds. And then yes.
I'm going to play with my toy.
All right, let's go over this one. Okay, come on, Dennis. You can correct it for us. You have to, yeah. Okay.
Capital C.
Okay, capitalize the C.
Capitalize state in California.
Yes, the C in California State. Do I need a comma anywhere? Nope. How do I finish it? Yeah. Good, with the period. Awesome. Okay, in California, that's where you and Abaya are. Okay, good. All right, so number 3. This is your own. So Abaya, are you ready? Because you remember you were asking me. You said you were ready to do your own, okay? So let's go. All right, number 3, create your own sentence with either a city or a state or both. It's whatever you want to do. Create your own, okay? All right, and then we'll share them. I'll give you about a minute or so.
Is it Texas, Houston?
Houston, Texas. Yeah.
Done, Miss Flugence.
Okay. I'll give well, not yet. I just want to make sure everyone's done. So maybe you remember. Dennis, are you ready or not yet? No? Okay. Yeah, I'll give another minute.
Stop. Ow. Stop. Stop.
All right, let's go ahead and share. Okay, go ahead, Via.
Okay, my sentence says, I live in Carson, California.
Awesome. Okay. Dennis, you ready?
I am from Tucson City. I
Awesome.
am from
Oh,
Tucson, California.
good, good. Okay. Good job. Kinley?
I live in Texas.
Good. I live in Houston, Texas. Good. Good job. I'm hearing those commas. Caitlin?
And been rich to Texas.
Okay, Tom and Ben went to Texas. Good. Nariah?
I went to Houston, Texas.
Good. I went to Houston, Texas. Good job. So on tomorrow's test, you will have to write a sentence with your own. So just use this one. Okay. All right. Let's keep on moving from writing. Let's go ahead and let's go into phonics. We'll be charged 7 and 8 today. Who's Wednesday? I don't know. I don't remember. I was supposed to remember.
Faith and
Just use them. All right, chart 7 up here. All right, let's do it together on 3. 1, 2, 3. BR says
DR says
say the chart statement.
SK says in skate, SP says in spade, SC says in crab, TW says in twins, SP says SPL says in flash. SPR says first in spring. SCR says skirt, 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 and screen. SQ says squat and squint and squeak. SN says swoop and act. SL says and sleep. STR says stir, 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 and scream. SW says
Good. Okay, let's do chart 8. Hold on.
THR says
Wait a second. We're getting the chart here. It's right there. Okay. All right. Ready on 3. 1, 2, 3.
THR says and 3. AR says R and star. And GH says and skirt. O says ow, 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 and ow. OW says ow, 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 and ow. OW says ow, ow, and owl.
You. OW says O
and bird. UN and R says nurse. BR
IR says in bird. I says boy. Y says
oi, and boy. O says and book. O says and two. O says WOR says were turns. I and I. A says I and night. ALL says all and ball. ALK says walk and walk.
this way. All right, good. All right, let's go over a couple of things. All right, so let's practice some rhyming words. So I have the word jet. Jet. What are some words that sound just like jet? Jet. Jet. What else we have? Jet, net. Get. Good. Okay, what about tell? Tell. What are some words that sound just,
Bell.
Bell. Tell, bell. Pell. Good. So we learned opposites. That's when two things are totally different from one another. So I'm gonna give you about 10 seconds. Think of an opposite. Everyone's gonna give me one. Two words that are opposite from one another. Okay, what you have, Narayan?
The opposite of AM is PM.
Opposite of AM is PM.
I have.
Kinley?
The opposite is on. And off. And
Up.
off is on.
Yes, the opposite of on is off.
The opposite is up is down.
Opposite of up is down. Okay, Avaya?
Opposite of open is closed.
Opposite of open is closed. And Dennis?
Opposite of
Think about it. Two things that are opposite.
Oh yeah.
Think about walk. What will be the opposite of walk?
The opposite of smash is not smash.
Not quite. Let's try again. Try again.
The opposite of run is stop.
Walk. Opposite of run would be to walk. Yeah. Stop. The opposite of stop is go. Okay. But good. Good. All right. Awesome. All right. Let's practice some words here. Circular sounds.
Compound words.
No. These words here will identify the sound and read it. Yeah. Or. What's the word? Fork. Good. Okay. Next one. Focus. Focus. Board.
Circle.
O-U-L. T-H. What's the word?
South.
South. Good. Okay, Dennis, what's the sound?
That's what I wanted to do. Fur.
U-R-R. What's the word?
Fur.
Good. Avaya, what's the sound?
Circle E-R.
E-R-R. What's the word?
Her.
Her. Pronoun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got her.
Circle the sound. O-I-O-I. What's the word?
Oil.
Oil. Oil. Okay. All right.
O-Y.
O-Y-O-I. What's the word?
Toy.
Toy. Next one.
Girl.
Circle O-O-U. What's the word?
Cook.
Cook. Okay, Dennis, sounds. Whenever you're ready.
O-O.
O-O and
B-R.
B-R. What's the word? Focus.
Broom.
Broom. Good. So that was just some practice. So today we are moving on to our next sounds, and we are finishing, almost finishing. Tomorrow we'll finish chart 8. So we have W-R and I-G-H-I. W-O-R that says word and I-G-H that says I. So look, W-O-R word. What's the word? Tell me.
Work.
Word. Good. I-G-H-I. What's the word? Hi. Yep. We have B-R, I-G-H-I.
Right.
Right. Good. W-O-R, word. Word.
World.
Good. We have F-L, full, and I-G-H-I.
Fight.
Lights, and W-O-R, word.
Word.
Words. Awesome. Okay. Good. Let's go ahead and get out our reading.
Tiptoe.
Page 85. If it's in your binder, it would.
Blood in the tub.
Page 85. Come on, Taylor. Wait. All right, page 85. Let's go.
Fun in the tub.
Look at that TH.
Got into the tub. At tub. Then he went. Kevin
Good.
got in he add his duck.
Kevin.
Kevin had a red and blue boat.
Good. Okay, so we're introduced to the twins, Keith and Kevin. And so where are they going?
To the tub. To the tub.
They're in the tub, right? And they both have a toy. What does Keith have?
Keith has
Focus. Keith has a duck. You're not listening to the story. And Kevin has a what?
boat.
A boat. Okay. Let's look at 86. Everybody would like to read 86?
Me.
Okay. All right, come on.
Splash, splash. This is a lot of fun, said his duck. Began to walk with the waves. I like to play in the tub, Kevin said. Just then, Mom came to get them. I hope you get clean. Mom said with a smile. Oops, and Kevin said.
Okay, good. So they are having a good time in the pool with their toys, right? And then Mom calls and says, hey, what did she say they should have done?
Be clean.
And so Keith says, they both say, oops, what do you think that means? That they what?
They not clean.
They didn't get clean. They were playing so much, they forgot to get clean. So they have to get clean, okay? All right, good. 87, a day with Dad.
Wait, we almost done it.
Anybody?
Me. Can I do included?
Yes.
Okay, day with Dad. Jim's dad had a big axe. What is AX for axe? Stay back, Jim, he said. Do not get close or you may get cut. I need to split logs for the fire.
Okay, good. So Jim and his dad are together. What is his dad doing with the logs?
Splitting it to make
Splitting them. He's chopping them. Yeah. Okay. 88. Dennis.
Jim's dad split a log with just one child. I have the best dad, Jim said. I hope I can split lock like that when I get big. Jim went to pick up the logs. I will take these to the truck, he said. Jim left.
Okay, you can stop there. I'm sorry. Yes. Okay, so Jim said split the log with one tribe. What was Jim's job after his dad split the logs? Picking them up. Okay, 89.
I just rather you this whole
Okay, well, come on. 89.
Jim left with
Make sure that you're focused on the book, not playing with anything.
left with 2 logs. He can get the rest. I like this try. That Jim said, I like to smile,
Look at that E.
smell the pine
Mm-hmm.
trees, and the fresh
AIR is just air.
air. I left close to God, heard, so do I. That said with a smile.
Good. All right. So does Jim enjoy this time with his dad?
Yes.
What does he like to smell? He said.
Yes.
What does he like to smell?
The pine trees.
Pine trees and the fresh air, the outdoors. Yep, that's what he said he enjoyed when he was with his dad. Okay, awesome. All right, so that's our stories today about Keith and Kevin in the tub and a day with dad, Jim and his dad together. Awesome. All right, we have language. We'll go over science, social studies. We'll be done.
Oh, no.
Finishing early today.
Yay.
We usually do it.
We done with all the work in our conclusion.
Sure.
So we have to learn. Yes. And we still know we have to eat. Oh,
All right. And so we're just going to, I just have a couple of sentences up here that will replace the noun with the pronoun like we've been doing. Okay. Hold on, let me fix this glare.
Another line.
Okay, so it says John wore a blue, well, sorry. Before that, what is a pronoun?
A pronoun is a word used in the place of a noun.
Yes, a pronoun is a word used in the place of a noun. So let's go ahead and take out these nouns. John wore a blue shirt. Let's take out John. What pronoun can I put in the place of John? What pronoun?
He.
He wore a blue shirt. Awesome. Your name. So whenever you see your name, always put your name in there. Your name, love, Jesus. We don't say our name. What pronoun can I put in place of your name? Pronoun. I love Jesus. Next, your name again. Dad gave me $10. Call yourself by your name. You don't call yourself by your name. What pronoun, Dennis, would I put right here? My dad gave me $10. And the last one says the car is for Barbara. Let's take out Barbara's name, the noun. What pronoun can I put in place of Barbara? That car is for her. Awesome. Okay, so on the test tomorrow, this is what you'll have to do. You will have a sentence that will have nouns in it, but you have to take out the noun and place the correct pronoun in that place, okay? So we're only using list 1 and list 2, so go over those lists on tonight so that you are ready for the test on tomorrow. All right, so in science this week, our main lesson was on magnets. Yes, you can get your science, excuse me, Lord. You can get your science book out. 38, I think.
Science and social.
Okay, on science, let's go to page 35.
My America. In science. What page are we on?
35.
30. What book?
Science. Science. 35.
Taylor, good to see you. You had 9. I do not. Okay. Wait.
It shouldn't be in what?
30. 35.
Yeah.
Wait, 30. What?
35. We had the book yesterday. Okay, so let's just go over. So we talked about the 3 forces, which are water, wind, and air, and how sometimes the 3 forces will work together so that things are more enjoyable, like your toys. Excuse me. So we talked about like what's the name of that ball? A beach ball. How? Okay, so air. So when we have a beach ball, air fills it up and then water makes it float, right? Then we talked about bubbles. Air fills up the bubble and the wind blows the bubbles away. Okay, and then a sailboat, right? Air moves the sailboat, but it floats on top of the water. Okay, so sometimes things are more enjoyable because they'll use the forces together. Okay, and so on page 36, we just talked about how they work together, and God created it like that so that all the things work together. So then on page 39, we discussed magnets. Okay, so magnets are used to hold things together or to stick things together as well. So we can use magnets usually, like I showed you yesterday on the board. Like if I have this little coin here and I want to stick it to the board, I'll use a magnet to stick it, right? Magnets are there to stick things and to hold things together. So on the book, they have like the little cars and how they're sticking together because of the magnets that's on there. So I told you magnets have 2 poles. They have a north pole and a south pole, right? If a north, well, let me get the magnet so we can do it. 139. If a north and a south are together, look what it'll do. It'll stick, right? It sticks. But if I turn it and I put 2 norths or 2 souths together, what happens? It will not stick. Look at this. It is not sticking at all. Yes, not sticking because I can't, right? So in order for a magnet to stick, it has to have opposite poles, so a north and a south. But if it's the same pole, they will repel, which means they will not be able to stick together. You have a question, Dennis? No?
Yeah.
Okay, what was the question?
It's called negative and positive.
Yes, a negative and positive. Yep, that too. Yep. So that's how the magnets work. Okay, so on the test, we'll talk about magnets mainly. We'll talk a little bit about the forces, but magnets. Okay. All right. So that was your science this week. Let's go to social studies. We were talking about Abraham Lincoln and how his presidency was. So we are on, excuse me, we are on page 32. Yeah, remember Abraham Lincoln was born in Kentucky. He was born in 1809 in Kentucky, and he was born in a one-room log cabin.
Is this 32?
Yes. Okay. So remember I told you that when Abraham Lincoln was elected president in America, this argument started, which was surrounding slavery. Some people were slaves at the time. Certain people, which were our people, were slaves at that time in America. Some people wanted them to be free. Some people wanted them to remain slaves. So there was a disagreement between the South, which are the states in the bottom, and the North, which are the states at the top, right? You know how we have a United States map? We have states in the bottom, that's the South, like Louisiana, we're in the South. Then you have states in the North, which is up. So they had a disagreement. The North felt like the slaves should be free. The South was like, no, we want to keep the slaves. They were making money from the slaves as well. They were working on their farms. So they were like, no, we want to keep the slaves. So they decided to have this war, right? To fight one another about this issue, amongst other things. So in 1861, just a year after President Lincoln was elected, they had the war. President Lincoln was on the side of the North, which was called the Union Army. That was the name of the North Army, the Union Army. And the South, their army was called the Confederate Army. The South wore gray, the North wore blue. These are things you will have to know on the test. Again, the North was called the Union Army and they wore blue. The South was called the Confederate Army and they wore gray. That was their colors. So they fought. Sometimes brothers fought against brother because one brother said, I'm with the North. One brother said, I'm with the South. It was a terrible time in America. It was a terrible war. Many people prayed for God to end the war. And finally, in 1865, 4 years later, the war actually ended and the North ended up winning. I told you Abraham Lincoln wrote the Emancipation Proclamation, which declared that slaves would become free, basically. And, so it felt like the country would go back to normal, right? But then not long after the war, Abraham Lincoln was in Washington, D.C. watching a play, and someone shot him, right? Remember that man? His name is John Wilkes Booth, by the way, the man who shot him. Yeah, that's his name. He shot President Lincoln as he was watching the play. So Abraham Lincoln, unfortunately, died after this happened. So he passed away from the gunshot that the man shot him with. Okay, so the country was sad again because they were like, we lost our president. First we had the war, now we have lost our president. So Abraham Lincoln has died. And when a president dies, the vice president becomes the president after that. And then they move on after that, right? Okay, so that was your social studies lesson this week on Abraham Lincoln. So we'll have to know a lot of this, like about the war, what the armies were called, what they wore, what happened, unfortunately, to Abraham Lincoln. So that's social studies this week. Yep, he was shot in Ford's Theater. So if you ever go to Washington, D.C., you can visit Ford's Theater.
That's where you're going to see him at?
Well, not him. You'll see, no, but he does have a, in Washington, D.C., he has a,
statue?
Like a, statue. I can think of the name of it. Yeah, I've seen it. It's nice. Yeah, sorry. Okay, all right, so that is it for us on today. We've covered everything. Is everybody okay?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so that is it for us on today. Remember, tomorrow is our phonics test, and on Friday, we meet for our spelling test, okay? All right, so y'all have a great day. I will see you again tomorrow, okay? Dennis and Avaya. And yes, and Avaya, we should see you Friday for your birthday. If you don't, if not, then we'll tell you happy birthday now. Let's tell him now in case we don't see him on Friday. I don't know if he's there. Are you there, Avaya? Okay. I want to tell him in case we don't see him on Friday. But if we see him, we'll tell him again. So on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Maya. Happy birthday to you.
Yay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So have a good birthday on Friday, okay?
I will.
Yes. All right. Have a good day, guys. I'll see you tomorrow for phonics.
Everyone, I wish you a happy birthday too. When it's your birthday.
Well, it's Amina and Carly's birthday this weekend. So yours is Friday, Carly's is Saturday, and Amina's is Sunday. See, they're right. They're doing puzzles.
And I
so you
want
can't see
you
them.
to have a happy birthday, Carly and Miss Lee.
Oh, me too? Okay. All right. Thank you. Y'all have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.